Hey there guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Last time we left off, we began Case 5, and of course, because of what we found out at the end of at Case 4, Athena's been taken away, and that's not cool. But we're trying to find evidence, we're trying to talk all the staff of the Space Center to see what else they have to tell us. So finally, after breaking Director Cosmos' space locks, or what the hell am I talking about, psych locks, we'll see what he has to say about switching of the launch pads. The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at this space center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell me what you're hiding! If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads, we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago. 7 years ago? You mean the so-called Hat 1 miracle? Ooh, cool music. The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme. So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered! Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind the exciting story of space heroism. All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through these checkpoints. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify a true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country? Carries out dangerous missions? And always gets the girl? Hey! No, it's not James Bond. Somebody's been watching way too many late-night movies. Well, I guess if you're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all. Seriously, I mean, a spy? Okay. Let's, there we go. Make no mistake, there's cutthroat rivalry between the nations in the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage. The same MO as this time. Please don't get the hiccups now. Yes, here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think? Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? Eh. But there's a good reason we failed to find a real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy. Don't tell me they made a police rush to the investigation. They did indeed. And then, to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story. And that was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then, 7 years later, the same MO, advance warning of sabotage, that must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads. Yeah, because it just happened just like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it? That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you?" I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me. We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed to our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually. Moving? Really? Maybe if you're easily inspired by political talking points. But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched to launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the Space Center the night before and switched to launch pads. That way, the astronauts will go from the boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then, I put a close for repair sign on the door to launch pad 1 in boarding lounge 2. You did so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do? I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Terran. But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it? He's already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well, until... Clay's murder, huh? After the culprit made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out. But after all that effort, Terran is dead, and the Hat 2 is destroyed. And the Hope Capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. My home, the center of the cosmos, my beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for! Wait, what do you mean by the Hope Capsule was lost in that blast? Yeah, I thought we had it, right? I thought that the Hope Capsule was found at the crime scene of Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with asteroid samples inside. So yeah, what kind of samples are they? What's in them? Okay, so the asteroid samples, right? Samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. The capsule is being held in a safe in Launch Pad 1. But I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that, with it safely in Terran's possession, he could make it look like he rescued it during a staged miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost in that explosion anyway. But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe. You misunderstand. The launch pad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence. It was a courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in a courtroom as evidence and was blown to smithereens. Oh, that sucks. Yet another casualty of that blast. Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switch in the launch pads. What? How? The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today. A bug aboard my battleship. A tap on my advanced communication system. A wire on that phone? Yes, a wire on this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to myself with the launchpad switch. Just to a few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion, and planted a bomb then. Oh, that was Phoenix. Whatever. Yeah, so if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something off like that. So you really think the same spy is behind the incident and the one 7 years ago? Yes, I'm sure of it. But then, the spy. It must be the Phantom Prosecutor Blackwell's been chasing. Yeah, even Fulbright said it. Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this very Space Center, too. So we can find this Phantom. That's right. We can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell, too. What about him? Well, if the culprit 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell's innocent. That's still an if, though. I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're gonna go on a ghost hunt, count me in! Oh, it's all over for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Do you think he's gonna be alright, Daddy?
Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission, too. If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me. I'll just keep spinning here to see how the cosmos unfolds.
It's like you choose spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Center. And we're just gonna leave him like that, huh? Okay, oh my god. Well, this is a sight. Alright, well, let's let him enjoy that. And let's move to the Space Museum. Because, I mean, there's a Hat 1 exhibit here, and we can learn more, right?
Let's see. Where's the exhibit on his launch 7 years ago?
There, that's the Hat 1 exhibit.
Oh wow, look at that photo of the team.
There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Dr. Cosmos, Aura Blackwell, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, that's the only person we don't know who the hell that is. Huh.
Everybody looks so happy.
Well, except for Dr. Cosmos. Let's check out the newspaper article, too. Hat 1 launch imminent. There's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural. It doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage.
They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket.
It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay.
Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. Okay, interesting. So there's a couple stuff in there, like a newspaper clipping. Hello? Who said that? Oh, Juniper! Oh, Miss Woods! What brings you here?
I heard Athena got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here, at the scene.
You must be so worried. But rest assured, I'm gonna do my very best to defend her.
Athena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean a Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl.
No, I didn't know that. She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Miss Woods, could you tell me more, please, in detail? She used to live here. Oh boy, I got an idea of something. Alright, let's go ahead and learn more.
Athena's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that.
But why was a psychology specialist working in a space research facility?
I don't really know. But I do know that she lived and worked here, so Athena lived here too.
So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
And let's hear the sad memory. A sad memory? Can you tell me about it?
There was a terrible incident in here. It was 7 years ago.
The same time frame as the Hat 1 launch.
Athena's mom, in a robotics lab, she was murdered.
Okay. Okay. Huh. What?
After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. And all this time, she never lit on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her. But I never saw her again.
Oh, sad music. Sad music gonna make me cry.
After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years. And so the first time you've seen her, the first time you've seen her in 7 years is during Professor Court's case? That's right, and I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy.
Wow. Okay, so let's learn more about young Athena. What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around.
It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. Aww. Yeah, I was gonna say, they look weird.
She always wore those big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Huh. I wonder what kind of research it was.
Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often. And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Oh, Daddy, show her that picture.
Atta girl. Good idea. Yeah, that picture. We can only assume that the one woman left in this, on the right there, we can assume that's Athena's mom. Kind of looking at it now. Yeah. The yellow, and just, yeah, wow, okay. Let's present this to her. Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me?
Oh look, there's Athena's mom.
The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono. That's Dr. Metis Sykes. Metis? Or Metis? I think it's Metis. I'll look that up. No, it could be Metis. Athena's mother's murder. Did it by any chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch?
What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected. So, man. Holy crap, this case is a lot more closer home than we thought. So this is the murder Dr. Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime prosecutor Black was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to her current case.
There is?
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So, we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all before the day's through.
Detention Center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. Oopsie daisy. Actually, no, I wanted to see something real quick on the court record. Huh. Nope, not that. Oh, I can't look at the clipping. So I only can look at the photo. So newspaper clipping, a photo of the people involved in the launch, and a jacket one of them wore. Oh, wait, no, we can look at this stuff. Okay, never mind. Looking, that's weird. Even if it was Blackwell, well, which we can assume, like that must be the incident and the murder that he was convicted for. Wouldn't Athena know that? I mean, wouldn't she always be kind of like upset or like hateful of Blackwell every time she saw him? Or did she not know that he was the one convicted for her murder? Huh. It's kind of interesting too. I see in the background there, which looks to be like a freaking samurai spear. So I'm like, well, that's like, huh, okay. And the jacket, which I just realized right now, because I was wondering, I was like, why the hell he even gives like this photo? Look at the jacket. There's a tear through it. So I'm assuming that's actually Athena's mother's jacket. I think so, anyway. Alrighty, what time is it? Okay, we'll save this for the next episode, guys. And well, yeah, we'll save this for next episode. See what Athena has to say. Maybe look around the robotics lab. I mean, this is sad, but also just like, I don't want to say exciting, but it's like interesting to see how all this is like coming together. Huh. Well, alright then. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'll see you guys later.